Hey everybody, I'm Michael Jospe. I'm the founder of Earth-Based Institute, and I get quite a bit of questions about nature-connected coaching and is it possible to do nature-connected coaching through this medium, through video, through Zoom or Google Meet or something? It's a really important question for a number of reasons. One of the things is that to be able to coach virtually like this opens up your client base in a huge way. So I wanted to put together a little video of like, how do you, what are some thoughts around this? The first is really maintaining a nature connected mindset. And what that means is that you are maintaining your connection, your relationship to nature. So being able to continue and keep up with your practice and your relationship to nature will have an effect on the way that you're going to bring nature in through your presence into this medium. The other element of maintaining a nature-connected mindset is to remember that nature is everywhere, that you are nature, that your client is nature, that there are cycles and processes that they're working through our nature. And like even to go as far as, that the computer screen comes from nature, the computer comes from nature, the technology, the brilliance and everything that's behind the technology all comes from nature. And when you can start to kind of do that and connect with nature in that way, it changes your awareness for a moment. Even like right now, as you're watching this, like noticing that like your phone or the computer or the room that you're in, like seeing nature in everything around you, the sun, soil, and wood and rocks and everything that make up your home. And just holding that space, and sometimes maybe with your clients, it might even be worthwhile taking a moment to pause and notice nature in this virtual context. So that can really support. And then, of course, if your client has a nature-connected practice, then maybe they can do some preparation, some nature connection themselves in order to show up for the session. Another important piece about nature-connected coaching is that it's interactive with the environment. So that doesn't necessarily mean being out on the land all the time. It could mean the room that they're in. Inviting your client to interact with their environment rather than just being tunneled in on the screen with you, being able to see their environment. And it could even be looking out a window. It could be finding symbols or examples of things in their environment that might help them identify their goals a little bit more or be able to find some insight into something that they're working with. So lots of ways to invite your client to interact with the environment. It could even just be moving around the room a little bit. I've had clients, turn their computers around and set chairs up and use the space that they're in, and I'm watching and engaging with them through the computer. Another idea that can be a little bit more tricky, but is actually really kind of cool, is using mobile. If you and your client both have pretty darn good either Wi-Fi access outside or strong enough cell signal, you both could be outside and on your phones. For you as the coach, and the guide, that you've got nature around you that you're interacting with, and you're also able to hear and see nature, in a small screen, so to speak, but you can also be kind of tuned into the environment that your client is in. So this is kind of a really neat thing. And certainly, like with nature connected coaching, we want to be as interactive with the land as possible. So if we wanted to invite our client at that moment to look around and find something in the environment, nature around them that could help them move closer to their goal or develop some greater awareness for themselves, they can get up and move to that. They can show it to you. You can get as much of an experience as possible of being there with them. The last thought here is to send your client out to do something, to practice, to engage. Like if they're at a desktop computer, you can still hold space for your client to go do something. For example, it seemed like if it would be helpful and they were on board with going out on the land, out in their yard perhaps, and finding something that could support the process, or to do a little wander or something like that, you can still hold space for them and invite them to go do that. And then to just come right back to the computer and share that with you. Also, in terms of how your client might be able to prepare for the session, you might invite them to collaborate with nature around that preparation. Or at the end of the session, you might invite them to go outside and just integrate for a few moments and observe nature or do some kind of nature connection routine that you might be offering your clients. It's totally possible to work with people through the video and do this kind of work through the video. It's definitely different, but it's certainly possible. And there's a lot more to it, I think. I think there's a lot more to learn about how we can stay connected to nature and use a technology like this to support our connection to ourselves, connection to our clients, and connection to the land. Hopefully this helps give a sense of what's possible here, and I'll do another video soon. Thanks.